Oh,
Welcome.
oh. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Say Woke or Not. I believe this is episode 7 or 8. Hopefully, my co host can interrupt me and tell me what the truth, as I know that there has been many and many more to come in the future. So, today we were at Music Monday. We're really excited and introducing my co host.
What's good, y'all? It's Mike Familiar. Hope y'all are doing well. We'll have a good show today. And it's hard to say how many episodes we have factually and exactly because you're because energetically we're on episode 21, but we're still like getting the views up for episode 7. So that's how I feel. I feel like we're on a high tide, but I don't know. Ignore what I'm saying.
We don't even know anymore. Like each episode has been so insanely different. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that we're here and like we decided to take it off and see who comes along. So would you like to introduce the next guy or the other guy?
So
We got another guy. The other guy came.
the
We
other
got the
guy
other guy.
came. Okay, good. So
First
we have
second
two
guy.
guests. We have two guests. One of them we've interviewed already before, and he wanted to come in and help us out. Shout out to Irek Savage, rapper, producer, engineer, game designer by day. Was good though.
What's good, homies?
Doing good.
Yo.
So, what's been Irek? Introduce us, Irek. Introduce us to yourself.
Hi, I'm Rick Savage. I make beats, I rap, I mix, I draw, I edit videos. Hi.
That works. Okay, guys. All right, we got a full house, and we're super excited to get Cognition up on here with some conscious hip hop.
What's happening? How you doing?
Doing good. Welcome to the show, Cognition.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here. Glad to be here with everybody.
Cool.
Definitely.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So should we just like play some music first so we can kind of just get the feel? Also, which song would you want us to play first?
You can play first. You can play Famous Black Man.
Okay, we got some questions for you.
That's
No
actually my
problem.
favorite song.
I got answers for you. Thank you.
Okay, all right, let's do it. Okay, everybody, if you can mute your mic. I'm playing through this non-browser thing, so I have to not. Oh God, Dahlia. Ah! Okay, technical nothingness. Woo! Okay, everybody, let's get ready for Famous Black Man.
Woke up with a dream, Martin Luther King, and I gotta get it by any means. So what's next? Looking through the blinds, like Malcolm X, working on my craft all day and all night, like Sidney Poitier. In the heat of the night, man, nice warm split for the mind. Glimpses, goddamn force like James Earl Jones, dressed in black like Dark Vader. But I'm listening, lyrical Calrissian, played by Billy D. Chains like Mr. T. That's how I drip. Pull up in the spaceship and know how it looks. Avery Brooks, Deep Space Nine, first black captain on a Star Trek. When I start out, working like magic to get me Starbucks. Didn't sell them off, don't like me. I tell them off like Red Fox, talented like Jamie Foxx, ballin' little like Rick Fox. Leather coat, fur on the neck, yeah, that's Fox. Girl on my arm, yeah, she's a fox. I'm a big dude, strong as an ox, precise with the rhymes, hit like Mike Tyson in his prime. When I'm recording, mine stayed up 23, Michael George.
Okay. All right. So the question that we had for that was actually, Irek, you want to say it? Yeah. No. Uh-oh.
Dude, muted. Dude, you're muted.
You're muted.
Nuh-uh.
Now you're not muted.
Okay. Okay. What was the inspiration behind that song? Like what was the What was the ideas behind it? What brought it together? Why did you want to make a song called Famous Black Man?
One of the reasons I wanted to do that because I didn't think that anybody made a song like that. I like the wordplay. What gave me the main reason is when I was finishing everything up, I wanted to do like a small track, just focusing on stuff, and it was Black History Month. And I'm like, well, is there anything that I can do? Then I started thinking about Famous Black Man, but I actually named it, Black Man. I named it all this different stuff first. And I said, well, let me just write it out. And I had made the beat, and I'm like, this is smooth. And then I think that was the last track that I made. And I was like, well, let me just do something short to fill it in. And then I started thinking about the old school stuff that I like and some of the actors and stuff during that time. And I transitioned from some of the older ones to the current ones. And then looking at Sidney Poitier, passing and different stuff of that nature. And I just started writing, and I'm like, this is hot, and it just came together. And that was my main reason for writing. I was like, well, let me just put this down, put my thoughts. That other thing is I've always liked Avery Brooks as an actor, when he was playing Hawk and Spencer for Hire. And I wanted to tie all that stuff in. Like a lot of people old school know about him, during that era, but he's done a lot of other stuff. I just wanted to reference all those different things, and also being the first Black captain that they hired. And I think they like 100 or so people tried to be captain for that role. So I was taking that and comparing that to me thinking about myself. So using other people's life experiences to express who I am.
Okay.
Wait, now I'm kind of curious. What was that line about being in Starbucks? I was just like, dang, he's just like throwing it all out there.
Okay, so that one right there, everybody thinks that Magic owns Starbucks. He did, but he sold it. So he sold that franchise. So I wasn't sure at first. So when I started researching, they were saying that he had it for a period of time and then he sold it. So I was saying, that I'm looking for, Starbucks as far as, money and all these different things, kind of trying to play with the double entendres and the phrases and putting it in there.
The wordplay.
Because he got more when he sold it off.
How much what a rich man, huh? Wait, who was it again?
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson.
Nice. Wait, now somebody told me that he also owns jails.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I don't know about that. That's kind of wild. That's wild if he does.
That is wild.
That's really wild.
Yeah, I don't know. We could revisit that. I'm not trying to
that's a whole nother subject right there.
My bad. Not
no,
today.
you're good. You're good.
They've been already kooky as fuck. I'm good.
It's already deep.
Good on that. Okay. I guess let's see. Mick Familiar, take off the next question.
So, which one did you start first, rapping or producing? What are you more in love with?
Rapping. I started rapping, like, to be honest, the reason I started rapping, this is going to be wild. And a lot of people don't know this, only close friends know this. When I was a kid, I had a speech impediment, like a real bad, when I used to stutter, bad. And high school, even before then, people would laugh at me and everything. You know how they do the little reading thing when you come up and you try to read, everybody would tease me. So what I realized is that anytime that I would hear a song or sing the song or I would rap it, like any artist, I wouldn't mess up. It was flawless. Then it dawned on me, technically, I don't really stutter. I started reading and realizing that I process thoughts extremely fast and I can't find the words and my mouth can't match what I'm thinking. So it was always more comfortable when I began rapping and stuff. And then I started off doing like poetry. And I think the first rapper that I really heard that really hit me when I was young, and I'm showing my age now, is KRS-One.
Nice.
That was the first rapper that I heard that like I'm listening to music because like I'm on the East Coast, so I live in Virginia. One of my friends, his cousin lived in New York and would put together these mixtapes of like stuff just on the radio, the rap stations there, and he would bring them down and he would give them to him. And I've heard some of it. I was like, yo, man, give me a copy of one of those, one of those tapes, one of them Maxell tapes. And that's where I first heard it. And that's what made me, I'm like, this man is saying what he wants to say with his words and being creative. I can do the same thing. And then that's when I started doing it.
I respect that. I respect that a lot.
So the origins is KRS-One.
Yep, the origin is pretty much KRS-One. Yep.
Yep.
Definitely.
So, but how did it evolve into beat making?
Okay, so this is how it evolved into beat making. My mom and my dad, the church I was in when I was at home, my parents, my mom is like the lead singer and my dad plays the keyboard and music. So one summer, I think I was like 15, and he was like, hey, boy, let me go ahead and show you this basic music theory, the 1-4-5 chord change, 2s and 6 minors on the keyboard. So he started showing me that, and he was like, man, you're like a natural. And I just really gravitated to it. But he never had drums. He always had like tons of keyboards. He had Yamahas, chords, guitars, and he can play both, and I'm forever a student. So what actually happened is when I went to high school, how people used to rap battle and play around and hit on the tables. I would have some crazy rhythms, and that's where I got in love with that drum, with that boom bap, with those hits. And then I was like, man, this is cool. I left home, college life, and I needed something to occupy my time. So as I got older, I started playing around. Like this is crazy. I actually went to the music stores like Sam Ash or one of those places. And I didn't get a drum machine or anything. I actually have a background in technology, and that's what I do mostly. It's tech. So I was like, well, tell me about this DAW thing and how can I use this and how can I do this? So I got Cubase. I got Cubase. That's the only program that I use now. Pretty much is Cubase. And I started, what was Cubase, like 3 or 4? And I got a media interface controller, and the guy was like, I was the only one that could figure out how to make the stuff work. So I started doing the drums and the rhythms through that, and then something else like doing just the hits. And then it was another program that I used on the side. Sony, was it Acid or whatever back in the day?
I used Sony Acid before.
Yeah. And that's just got me hooked on that, like drums and trying to put everything together. And to be honest, I feel like my first and second projects were trash. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I tried.
Hey, we all got to start somewhere, Like,
It's a process.
True. Definitely.
So yours really
that's
started
fun.
at a young age, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it started at a real young age. And I love music. Like, I'm hooked on music.
Okay. So next question, or do we feel like we can move on to the next question?
Yeah, we can.
I'm good.
Yeah. You guys are so nonchalant today. Where's the energy, boys? I need us there. Okay? Okay, are we ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I can take that. Okay. What about conscious rap are you attracted to?
What I'm really attracted to is the fact that people are saying, hey, I don't have to follow the norm. I can say things that need to be said or should be said, or some things that people don't even talk about. And that's what I like about the conscious rap, is more or less of, hey, like, I know it's like, and like, don't get me wrong, like, nothing wrong with nice cars, nothing wrong with jewels, and nothing wrong with all of that stuff. It's cool, but I feel like with the conscious rap, there's a whole nother depth to the MCs, like what they're talking about and the reasoning for it and the things that really resonate with other people. Like everybody doesn't have a G5, everybody doesn't have a G6, everybody's not doing all these things, but it's certain things as a human being. I feel like conscious rap you can you can relate to it. You can relate to certain things being said if you've experienced different things in your life.
You would say it's more down to earth? It's more
Yeah.
relatable?
Yeah. I feel like it's more down to earth. You can relate to going through a struggle, or you can relate to looking at a situation, or like that's why I try to be, when I make songs, I don't try to over embellish, and I don't try to take it too far out there, and I don't try to create this type of image of something that I'm not. Like I'm me. You either like me or you don't. I feel like the music and the content stands for itself.
Now, Mick Familiar, would you say you're a conscious rapper? Or
I'd say this is a tough one because it's like I both identify with conscious rap, but I also know that it's something that gets overused as a term. It's an umbrella term for a lot of other things, and
True.
it also can also be a cliche too, of its own caliber. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Right.
so conscious rap for me has a sense of self-awareness about it. And that's not to say that like I haven't heard some modern stuff that like has that sense of self-awareness. I feel like anything could be considered conscious given the right vehicle and the right space and frame, depending on like who you are and whatnot as the artist delivering the message.
I agree. I mean, I would consider myself a conscious rapper, but I don't always make songs that fit in the umbrella of conscious rap.
Exactly.
So
yeah, I mean, even when I say conscious, it's still one of those things. It relates to me. Like, so there are things like I'm not talking about stuff in the hood. I'm not talking about this or talking about that. But even though stuff I'm talking about is still conscious, based upon where I grew up and how I grew up, and my background is in education and technology. So I use those things to get people conscious of certain things. Or I have friends that they will hit me up when they hear stuff. One friend that lives out in Cali, he'll like hit me up and he'll just do the one-liners of certain phrases that I'll say that he'll like, yo, blah, 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 and he won't say anything else. And I know when he does that, it's something that I said that resonates with him. So it's like one of y'all said this, which I like it. It's like it's conscious has a certain umbrella, and it can also be used as a cliche as well. And I totally feel that way. I just feel like I make music specifically based upon my experience, and it makes people aware of certain things that I have experienced. So therefore I consider it conscious. I still rap about rap chains, this and that, life experiences, things that other people may or may not have experienced.
Well, because the thing is like what gets like forgotten about the whole time is conscious rap is like, since it is an umbrella term, it just occupies a part of the human experience. And I guess at that point it's for you to identify which part of the human experience are you talking about that is conscious, that is intrinsic in value and not just external in its just approach and stuff like that. So I mean, I feel like you can touch anybody's life with a dose of like realism, I think is what it is. And I feel like it's something you could definitely get from any other type of what's it called, medium. So it's a great vehicle to get a message across, is what I'm trying to say. Great vehicle.
By the way, I love Trip Nasty. like and share, assholes. Yeah. Comment of
What's
the
up, Chick
day.
Nasty? We also got the homie Why Not the Kraken in the chat.
Right, we got that. Is I took a screenshot. That shit just made my whole damn day. I've had the worst day. I appreciate you so fuck that you have no idea. I'm gonna be like, hey mom, someone was on my show. They said like and share, assholes. Oh. All right, why not? Said I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Yo. Okay.
Why
I
not the
believe
Kraken? That's a
legend-
crazy name.
That
Yeah,
is a
man.
crazy name.
Oh,
I see
just
that.
got it. I did not get it.
He's the last
Oh my
dude
God.
on 333.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's the last dude on 333.
Oh, okay, word.
Yeah.
Wow,
What does
that's
that
a
even
crazy
mean?
name.
Are you fucking talking in Braille? What the fuck does that mean?
Yo, Braille means he feels me. That's what he means.
Okay.
Bars.
I like that. That's
Bars.
bars within itself. Yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot where I was left off. Oh fuck. Okay.
That was
Oh, okay.
good.
Here I am. Okay. Would you say? No. Mick, you say it. I can't say.
Okay. Would you say this album, Absolute Autonomy, you have an anti-establishment theme going on?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of got that sense. Like, I definitely sensed, just because like I watched a couple of your videos and I noticed that like you have like 45-second clips of songs, which is genius because it's like giving you the thing to fiend for, so you have to dig for it yourself, kind of approach.
Thank you.
So like I give you that, and also like I noticed that like you do have the rapper background mixed with the religious background, which is cool. And that I definitely pick up on as far as like your messaging. It's always like sprinkled in there. Like,
Good. Yeah. You've been listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I keep him around. He makes me look good. He makes
like
me look good.
no, because like it makes me think of like artists like Zion I and people like that, where they're definitely their origin story has a big impact in how the message is delivered, and like that's something that's I find really, really cool, especially considering there is that like undertone of like Christian hip hop, but still with the spirit of underground rap or whatever.
Wait, have you guys seen that comedian Angela Johnson? And she goes, I used to make jokes on how I would never marry a Christian rapper. Well, I guess I went and jokes on me. I married a Christian rapper. And then she's Mexican and then he's Puerto Rican, right? And he so me and my husband, we got in an argument about who has what better. And he goes, I'm Puerto Rican, we got J-Lo. And she's like, yeah, well, we have Mexican food.
Well, they also have Selena, so that does that.
I was gonna say they got Selena.
Yeah. Does that?
Yeah, Selena is serious.
No, but at the end of the day, J-Lo would not be J-Lo if Selena didn't go. You know?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Bad Bunny.
Hey, you know, world is changing, you know, like all good.
Gasolina. Everybody. Okay. I'm doing it. Oh wait, wrong one. My bad.
You know, the thing is that like you know how like so many umbrella terms exist within hip hop. Like one that fascinated me a lot when I was a teenager, and it's probably just because of like out of my teenage impulse was reggaeton. I had a soft spot for it. I was just like, all right, this is cool. Not all the stories I know what's going on, but I've taken Spanish class so I can understand the gist of certain things going on.
Oh, we can talk about it.
Yeah, and not only that, the production is like what kind of like gets me curious. Like when I hear it, I'm like, okay, because it's not something that you can easily just replicate and stuff like that.
Pitbull, Daddy Yankee, who cares?
For me, yeah, Daddy Yankee was cool, but like for me, it was Tego Calderon. That was the one that I liked.
Say Tego.
Tego I liked a lot more. That's how I felt.
How does that one go?
What song you want to go?
I mean, do I really want to out?
You want to dig?
When he's digging seriously.
We're talking about
actually digging.
okay? Not reggaeton, okay? Save that for the next guy.
No,
I'm a big
I'm just
reggaeton
saying
fan.
that,
If you can't tell.
That's funny. One thing that I do want to hit on what you said though, when you were talking about this, like spiritual overtones,
Yeah.
whatever. Honestly, a lot of people don't realize I have a master's in divinity, a master's in theology and ethics, and a master's in counseling. So, so what I do is I, just like you said, and I consider I sprinkle certain things in there, and the stuff that I sprinkle, if you listen to it or you look at it, it'll lead you down another rabbit hole to question. Like, I'm not. I feel like with music wise, I feel like music is music, and I tell my story, and I don't feel like I have to do a 20-minute God song or this or that. I've never felt like that because I love some of everything. I love some country music, some hip hop, some R&B, some reggae, some of everything. So I just feel like I try to put me in stuff, and people know, okay, well, who he is. He's not acting like somebody else, and I think that's the thing that I like.
And when it comes to, like, when we're talking about the message, is that, like, it's, if it's your personal like convictions are being put into the mix, versus instead of just like parroting stuff that's been said, or your story is unique in the way that you express it, and then
Right.
you can definitely offer parts of your perspective, like when you're taking like that lane and making it yours. And that's a great thing about music, is like you have the opportunity to tell a part about yourself to people.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And like listen to it, I could definitely tell that like you have like faith. But like some of my favorite rappers, you learn little tidbits about who they are in like every song. Like, oh, I know how tall he is. I know how many siblings he's got. I know what his life view is. I know what he doesn't like to eat. So I think that's
Right.
cool. I think that's cool. Every good rapper has that, where like you get to know them through the songs.
You don't like macaroni. I'm just kidding. That was me for a very long time. And then I grew up, and I was like, fuck
What?
What?
You don't like
I'm
macaroni?
What?
It grew. Hey, all right. Honest to God, listen, guys. Once upon a macaroni, they did the crusty, they added the lobster bits in there, and I was like, oh,
Wait.
oh my God.
Wait.
Okay, see, lobster and macaroni sounds like a.
Yo, I'm not the only one. He doesn't like SpaghettiOs. Thank you, Trip Nasty. This guy's getting a sticker today. You get a sticker. Like and share, assholes, from Trip Nasty.
Once upon an elbow, I had some macaroni.
Bars.
Oh man.
No,
Why not?
lobster and macaroni goes hard. I can't lie to you.
I mean, it does. I just feel like it's not something you can always come back to. It's like,
Get it in the Northeast, and like in like Maine, Boston, when like they get the lobster fresh out the water.
okay,
It hit.
all right, I'll keep that in mind. Okay, Northwest.
I like what Why Not said. You can't be one-sided with music. There are no bad genres.
Northeast. I'm tripping.
Yeah. No, definitely. Why not? I agree with that, because I feel like, over time, it's like every genre you hear, not everybody's going to sound the same. Not everybody's going to have the same intention, especially, and I feel like you find good examples of everything when that's what you're looking for. You find good music, like regardless of where you're looking.
Right.
I feel as though this is a good time to insert a song. What would you like for us to play next? A dream.
What would y'all like to play? What would y'all like?
Brainwash.
Yes, Brainwash is
is
good.
the one.
Brainwash.
Okay. Next up. 3, 2, 1. If you guys can mute your mics, por favor. We got Brainwash.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk my talk. I'm gonna let freedom ring on. Give it to him. brainwash you, manhandle you with propaganda, false music, gaslight, getting people frightened, but I'm fighting. I need answers, I need info, not gonna screw me over like a nympho. You better treat me like Kimbo Slice, respect me or pay the price. Not gonna use my life as a control device. Watch my days and nights and take away my rights and my ability to speak and fight. Nah, if the brainwash takes control, it would destroy your soul, your sound. I fear not a man or the evil in his plan. I stand where I stand and you can't stand that. You can't stand the fact I'm not a dumb guy. I need to know the who, what, when, and why. Cause you're telling me lies, leaving out information in every situation. I look for the info, options, the money and the power. Only take a few hours to find out where the crooks of these hide out when they ride out. If the brainwash takes control, it would destroy your soul, your sound. Don't catch them in a hurry, they scurry like roaches and rats. Spread disease wherever they at. They don't want you to seek the truth or look for proof. They want you to trust in the news and be confused. Don't ask questions. That's the art of deception. It's like a loaded weapon to destroy the nation, claiming they sorry, but they acting in premeditation, steady rising inflation. What are we facing, y'all? If the brainwash takes control, it would destroy your soul, your sound. Before you think for everybody else, think for yourself. Focus on your mental wealth and your physical health. Gain self-control, strengthen your soul. Stop turning others to pieces to put you in a hole. Work on your thesis, take control. Hate spreads like a disease. It starts to multiply with fees. Don't fall victim to emotions that can't sustain you. All they will do is restrain you, not maintain you. If the brainwash takes control, it would destroy your soul, your sound. If the brainwash takes control, it would destroy your soul, your sound.
Y'all.
Yeah, I really dig that one. I really dig the production on a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Deep for sure. Caliente.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
This is fire. Do not stand near gas.
My dumbass burned my hand in the mic in the oven trying to get
Ooh.
Amateur.
Yeah. Damn it.
Did you just say amateur?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, who said that? Ma, come here. Come here. Come here. You see my stamp? It's going to your face.
All your mixes are really tight. I dig the mixes on all the tracks.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I actually
Yeah.
mixed it myself.
Okay.
Dope.
I wanted to know that personally. I was like, oh, these mixes are tight. I wonder if he's mixing it.
Okay, everybody, make the sound effect to this emoji. Pew! Okay, wait, make a sound effect to this emoji.
Y'all are fun, man. I tell
I
you,
needed that.
y'all are fun. I want to tell you what made me do that song. I feel like a lot of times social media is like a good thing, but people can also use it as like a bad thing, and they don't check things. Like they just, one person posts something and then 5,000 other people post the exact same thing, and it can be totally wrong, and everybody runs with it instead
Like
of
my mom on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah. The thing is that what I've realized, I was talking about this with somebody, is that like when you're in the age of information, everything is so much light speed and like quickly available. It's so readily available and ubiquitous that you can't dissect it right away, and your brain is just like, okay, this is the information, this is where it's going, this is what I'm going to use this now. You don't take it apart, or like the average person doesn't.
Right,
like,
exactly. They don't. They really don't. And when I was in school, one of my professors would always say this. He said, I'm not focused on what's wrong and what's right. I'm focused on the data. The data will tell me what's wrong or right when I have enough data. He said, so don't get emotional over things because you hear them. He said, give it time. He said, because everybody wants to be the first to prove something is right or jump to that conclusion versus shutting your mouth, not saying anything, sit back and wait till you get enough data, and the data will let you know what's right and what's wrong. But people get in their emotions and feelings first. Oh, well, this is blah, blah, blah. Or I love this person, or I love this actor, but they don't look at the facts.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
That would be a good next song. That's a good next song. Confirmation bias. You heard it on the internet. They be lying, and now you would think that is the next best. Okay, I don't know.
Bars. Listen to
Oh
you.
yeah. Always with
We
the
all
bars.
have bars here.
I know she got bars.
Oh yeah, she does.
That's all the
I ain't gonna
prerequisite to be
record
on
it,
the
though.
show. You gotta have bars.
I'm a problem behind bars like brothers in correctional facilities with verbal abilities. No lights on, but they still paying utilities. Hands cut off, but you feeling me.
Braille.
Braille.
like
Just say
how-
Braille is the ad.
I'm
Braille.
going to start to using that Braille.
Go ahead.
That's going to be hot. Braille.
Braille. I
It's
like
like
how
you
we're
feel
trying to
me?
say
Braille.
that when someone says Will Smith, we know exactly what the fuck they're talking about. We're not
You
touching
feel me? No, we're not.
Braille.
No,
No,
we're not.
don't do it. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Mick, hit me.
Oh, man. Oh.
I will
You
have to
did.
resign from my own show. I just
I guess them entanglements got to him finally.
Oh my god, no.
Oh my god, yes. Okay. Good shit. Okay, wait, what am I?
All right.
All
We got it out of our system.
okay.
Oh, that was good. Yes.
Yo, I made us make sound effects to emojis. I'm gonna do that from now on. That's hilarious. Make this sound effect. Okay. Next question. What is it about your style that you feel is conveyed to your audience?
I think my style is I give you something different. I try to put something different in your ear that you wouldn't normally hear. Even with the last track, or like either something that you've heard before but you don't realize it. So when I did that last track, I listened to it. I did the flute at the end. I'm actually playing that on a Yamaha MX-49. So I'm playing that myself, but I got that idea from the Boondocks. How they got that playing in there too. And when I listened to it and I watched that, it's just a peaceful part of no matter what crazy stuff is going on, there's still a peaceful part. So I try to put different mental things in my music. And plus I focus on the fact of content. I'm creative. I'm different. I produce my own stuff. I write my own stuff. I mix my own stuff. I don't master my own stuff, but I do everything else. So I'm trying to be different, and I'm coming from my perspective, little theology sprinkled on, real life situations, pain, pleasure, being conscious, saying what I want to say, and I feel like everybody has the right to say what they want to say, but I just feel like I just give you something different, and I don't try to sound like somebody else. I might do an old school sounding track, then I'll do a new school sounding track or something different.
Well, that leads into my next question. Okay, dokie.
Okay, dokie.
What artists influence you?
Oh man,
KRS-One.
KRS-One definitely.
I was thinking that. You said it from my mouth to my brain, to your mouth.
KRS-One influences me. A lot of people outside of hip hop influence me too. James Blake.
Okay.
I love James Blake music. White guy from Europe. James Blake's music, his creativity especially when I've watched him put stuff together in like videos. I'm like, yo, dude is a genius. Him, some of the greats, Nas, always like Nas. Um,
The world is yours.
yeah, Nas is nice. Um, I like people that have bars, like Sahai the Prince, um, J. Cole,
Love J.
um,
Cole.
like Kendrick, like bars. One of my favorites is Pusha T. Like and just like what I'm saying, I don't do coke music, I don't do drug music, but he puts out some of the best music and has some of the best lines, and how he displays it, like verbally, you can like, I mean, it just is. I'm like, wow. Like even some of his music that I've listened to, and I'll catch a like bar, and I had to think about it. It's like let me give you my total. Pam, Kima, Keisha. Those are the girls in total. So I'm like bars. Like
It just
And that's the name of the flavors too. I see
yeah,
what you did there.
yeah.
Yeah, Pusha T's crazy.
I know,
he
man.
he's like I love like when I hear gangster rap stuff that has like a graphic novel appeal,
Yes.
like a noir element to it almost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
And that's what he does.
and you know what you're getting from him too. That's the thing about it. Like you know what you're gonna get, but like how he keeps giving it to you in different ways is always cool.
Right. Like it blows my mind. Like I know, um, not the Daytona album, but the one before Daytona. I was working and I was in Hawaii and Samoa for like a month, and that's all I played. And like so every time I think of the islands or anything or whatever, I think about his songs. I think about Untouchable. I think
Mm.
about different stuff because while I'm driving on the coast, it's like cinematic to me. Like I can picture everything that he's saying. That's why I like him as an artist.
Is that the one with King Push on it?
I
I
think
think so.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
King Push is a crazy song, boy.
Yes. 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 That production is crazy, man. Like, that it's just like you said, the visuals with the music, like he paints a picture, and a lot of people don't paint that picture to that level. Like I feel like, yeah, you have people that like paint a picture. They have a few strokes, but he gives you a full presentation, not just with a song, but with the whole album. And you're like, man, this is next level. Yeah, I love it. Them gospel artists that I like. I just like so much stuff. I like Johnny Cash
Hmm.
Mm.
because Johnny Cash
Johnny
got
Cash.
bars, man. Johnny Cash
Yeah.
has bars.
Yeah, you can be cold. You can be cold and still bring the heat and whatnot.
Yeah.
Here's a question from one of our audience members. Why not the Kraken? How do you go about finding new artists to work with, and also setting up shows or tours for venues?
New artists to work with. Um, I try to find a vibe. I try to see if we click. If we click and it's a vibe, I'm willing to work with you. So right now I haven't set up anything as far as shows, tours, or venues, not at all at this moment. I've been more on like creating stuff, writing books. But that doesn't mean that I won't focus on some shows, tours, and venues later. But I like finding people, like say for instance, one of the guys that I became close friends with. Our style of music is different, and I produce his stuff. His is more gritty, it's more hard. He used to sell drugs, used to do different things back in the day, but his life has changed. So he may reference certain things. But when we make music together, the bars are fire. And like I'm not lying on selling this or moving weight or pushing. I'm not doing none of that stuff. I'm telling things from my perspective. So when we come together to create, we try to find common ground. I respect you, you respect me, and we do stuff old school too. Like, say for instance, if I'm going to do a project with one of y'all, and if I know that I'm going to be in town or I can come in town, we can vibe. We can have a writing session, even if we don't record right then, so I can feed off of your personality and feed off of your energy right there.
I'm just kidding.
Like a succubus.
You're a trip.
Dracula.
Feed Avalia.
Dracula the rapper.
Dahlia D.
Dahlia D. Wow.
Dahlia D. Dracula.
all three of us are working on a song, and I got to come up with the hook and the verse for the first half, but it's bitch looking like a goldfish. And so
I'm telling you, just record that, bro.
I know. I am. No, the homie's gonna pick me up tonight, and we're gonna go. And I gotta come up with. My half of the goldfish. Okay.
Yeah.
We're just gonna provide the fins once you get the part of this important.
Okay. Next question. I guess I feel like that's already. I'm not gonna ask that one because that's kind of a. Well, fuck it. All right. What artists are you currently playing on repeat?
WizKid on repeat, and Sir.
Oh, Sir. Okay.
Sir is my joint. Like, sometimes they get in those moves, like Sir, and some of Kanye's stuff from the Donda.
1 or 2?
One. I haven't even heard 2 yet.
I still gotta finish watching this documentary.
Did you watch the first one?
Good.
See, like I've seen the beginning. I just need to finish it.
It was good. It was inspiring. I got up and started
Yeah.
like, oh, I need to write some shit.
Dude, it was good for real. Like, I watched the whole thing. It was good.
Wait, how long is this documentary?
It's like 3 parts, ain't it?
Yeah, 3 parts.
Yeah.
3 parts.
In like an hour and a half a piece.
Yeah, it was good though. It was really
It
good.
goes by
A total of 5-ish hours.
Hey, it goes by really fast. Like
It does.
Especially considering that like it's a lot just packed into one thing.
It does.
It's like a summary of this nigga's life so far.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I thought was wild when I watched it? His drive, but looking at the artists that still made it from those and the ones that didn't. Like the ones that didn't have that staying power. And being able to like recreate themselves or do stuff to a whole nother level. And I just thought that it was just brilliant because he was like, well, I want to rap, but the beat making gets me in the door.
Yeah.
I just thought it was awesome seeing him confront people on beefs that don't even exist. Like I gotta give Kanye that because like he just pressed his old homie. He's like, hey, so what's the deal about you saying stuff about me on records or whatever?
Right.
Like that, like he and he handled it in the most mature way you could handle it at that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he definitely fought for a lot at that time.
Yeah, he did. That was good though.
Yeah, that quote from his mom that why not the Kraken just said that caught me too. I was like, damn.
Me too, man. Me too. That got me. Now I'm gonna tell you something that my dad told me that was hot because I used to do a lot of poetry stuff, right? I used to do a lot of poetry and people will be shocked and astounded. So I was dating this chick back in the day and she had a birthday party for me and I didn't know, like it was one of the surprise ones. And my homeboy kept saying, well, let's go to such and such. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to go to this place or whatever. So I finally went. When I finally went, they had people there that I knew. And it was one of these like nice restaurant places where people come in and you perform and have karaoke night. And I performed. Right. I performed and stuff off the chain after it was over. My parents were there and my dad is funny. Like he was like, I came in and I asked him because my, real name is Jerry Russell. He was like, I'm here for the birthday party of my son, Jerry. And he was the guy, he said the guy with the door was like, who is he? He was like, we don't know a Jerry Russell. Then he said, he asked my mom, baby, what's that boy's stage name, their rap name or whatever? Cognition. He's like, oh, Cognition. And when he got there, he said, I just sat and I watched. And he was like, none of these people knew your name. And they knew you as Cognition, and they were applauding, and they were telling me how awesome you were. And he was like, man, that's my son. Like, I know who he is. And like after everything was over, he looked me in my face. He was like, man, that's crazy. He said, but never believe that hype, even if it's true.
Yeah.
Never believe it.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Don't be smelling your own shit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Don't believe that stuff. And I always keep that in my head, no matter what anybody tells me. It's like, yo, like the moment that you get gassed off yourself, you lost.
Yeah, I keep on hearing that so much.
I got a question. Can I hear the song Dream now?
Yes.
Wait, did I play it already? I'm having ADD. No, I didn't. I did not play the song. Okay.
No.
Everybody, if you can mute your mic real quick, I am going to play Dream.
One thing I realized in this reality of life is when you have dreams, others have plans for how you should manifest those dreams. Never let others control your narrative. Don't allow them to take your self-esteem, take your nightmares, turn them into dreams, take your ideas, turn them into schemes for revenue stream. Had you tricked up, going to extreme, become a meme for a little green, for a foreign car with the lights that beam, or a chick with no soul, but her body still mean. Be a part of that regime, you go down, it's hard to redeem. They ain't playing against you, y'all not on the same team, it's all with the same thing. Fools the grandiose ideas, thinking that they supreme, claiming they gods, but they don't know Elohim. And that's blasphemy. My words upset them and make them want to blaspheme me, because I express accurately how they actively don't treat you like a person but an activity. Control your behavior, act like you a savior and do you a favor. Claim you the next greatest, ready for the feast. Paint you with a Jesus piece, but you haven't made peace with the Lord. Your mind, body, soul. And I don't want a cord, but around your neck you got a cord, maybe a noose. They want dogs to act off the chain, but never cut them loose so they can be restored. You can pay for a chain, but a true life you really can't afford. Don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to try. Look above the clouds and past the sky and wonder why. Don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to try. Look above the clouds and past the sky and wonder why. Don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to try. Look above the clouds and past the sky and wonder why.
All right, everybody, that was Dream by Cognition. Okay, kind of going straight into our next question. When you wrote this song Dream, who were you specifically thinking of?
I was thinking about every artist that is talented and allows other people to control the narrative. That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking,
that's a long laundry list, bro. That's a long laundry list.
Yeah. Yeah, you always got these epic productions to match the convictions that you're sharing and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, this is my favorite song too. Actually, I don't know if this kind of like leaps into. No, actually, you know what? I didn't get to say it. I don't know if I said it. For some reason, something about dreams, sorry, makes me think of Joyner Lucas. I don't understand. I think you guys both end on a very crispy, like like high note end of the consonant or something, but I was just like, I'm getting it. Doing the Lucas thing right.
I mean, I just like thought about myself, and then people always trying to hit you up online. I'll do this for you. I'll do this. Your music is so awesome. And I know goodness well you didn't even listen to the music based upon what you wrote. Like, I'm not stupid. Like you didn't reference anything. You're like, oh, this is good. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is marvelous. And I'm like, talking to other people, same thing. People hit you up or want you to do this or do that. Then I have people will say, man, you're talented, you're good, let's work. I'm like, sure, we can work. Let me know what this is going to consist of. What type of project is this? So the moment you start to try to get detail with what are we doing? What are we trying to do? Are there going to be any splits? Is this for a promo? What is this for? Then they look at you like you're not even speaking English. Or then they vanish. So I'm like, no, it's like, I'm not going to sell my soul and sell my creativity just because, you want something, or like, I don't like it. Like when people start to asking you 20 questions about how you do certain things and we're not close and we're not in that same realm, or like, we're not trying to talk about stuff. Say what?
What's your social security number?
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to get your bank account. Like, tell me your process. What's your
Right.
What's your virginity?
Right. It gets no blueprints. No. How do you do this? How you do that? Where you do this? I was like, nope.
Practice, bro.
That's asking for breadcrumbs. Like,
not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
We're not birds out here.
Nope. No birds.
We dinosaurs.
We dinosaurs.
We dinosaurs up in here.
Vocal dinosaur.
Arr.
Yo, what am I doing now? Oh yeah. Okay, down to the last two questions.
Cool.
Is your on-stage persona different or the same as the person at home?
It's the home person hyped up. So it's pretty much me. Like, I'm gonna say what I say. I'm gonna feel how I feel. I used to be in a band back in the day, and people like, yo, you just so matter of fact and so in your face. And I'm like, well, that's who I am normally. But you put me on stage, it's like I got a shot of adrenaline or something. It's like I'm that same person, and it just feels good. Like the times that I've been on stage and done stage stuff, I love being on stage. Like, I feel comfortable. I don't feel nervous. I don't feel afraid. I'm not worried about anything that anybody says or does, because I feel like when I'm on stage, stage is mine. If I'm on stage with some other people, this stage is ours. It's our stage.
Good would it be?
On that shit.
You don't show up in a robe. You're like, hey, this is my home life.
No, I don't show up in a row.
No, Gigi Allen.
Half man, half machine. Oh man.
Show up in the robe.
I think that would be hilarious.
That would be smooth. Show up in the smoking jacket.
He always thought he was gonna do this.
I just thinking of Gigi Allen just like naked.
I had a roommate who literally would walk around in his robe.
Tell him to be decent.
Scott was yeah, I know. He would think he was like, what's that guy's name from Playboy? He like would rock his like half.
He thought he was Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. He had a hat, like an afro that was always fucked up. His afro was never an afro. It was always absolutely
lopsided fro.
So damn. I'm sorry, my roommate had a lopsided
struggle fro.
He never got any ass, and then I was living in the living room, and I'm clearly getting ass, and it's evident. So it's like, well, go back to your room with your robe self. So yeah.
Cop blocking.
Why is you cock blocking like that?
You need a sandwich now?
You made the roommate situation so fucking weird.
It's 3:15, and you need a sandwich. The biggest sandwich you could ever make at 3:15.
You don't have water in your room?
Dangle, how y'all doing tonight? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Why not the crack? And then, at the very end of a year and a half with him as my roommate, he sits next to me on the couch and he says, "How come you and me never happened?" And I was like,
What?
I know what you're working with. You was in the road.
What?
like, when did you think it was going to happen? Like, no.
He messy. He wanted to be with his roommate. He messy.
That's too much. That's trifling. It's lazy.
Yeah.
It's lazy. That's what it is.
It's lazy. It's lazy. Well, it's right here. I shouldn't have to go nowhere and pay for no meal or pay for no travel. It's all here.
Hey. Don't ever date anybody you live in an apartment complex with.
Nah. That doesn't
True.
even sound
No, yeah. It's a big no-no. That is a big fucking no-no. Because then you're afraid of what time you get your mail, right? And then you're thinking like, oh, if I'm the AM shift, he's the night shift. You don't have the security footage to know whether or not they got their mail. And then you're like, I know you don't have a car, so you're not going to the parking lot. See, I've already done that. Yeah, it's all bad.
That mailbox key can't turn fast enough.
Just something about my key is broken. Okay, guys. So much fun. Last question of the night. When people listen to your music, who do they say you sound like?
Oh, that's a good question.
A real nigga.
We got him.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Possibly, yeah. Yeah.
You did it. We did it. You did it.
We did it.
I don't know. I had a lady hit me up one time and she was telling me, I was like in awe. She said, "You sound like a mixture of like Kanye and Nas." I'm like, wow, you hitting big. She was like, and when you do your R&B singing, you remind me of some of the old R&B type stuff when you're singing on the tracks and your production and stuff. So I haven't really had anybody really try to pin me down to say that I sound like somebody. I had one girl told me, and
she was
say
like,
what?
draws. Here's your draws.
Sound like you sound like
No, I was saying you're
sound like
pretty
you
much
could be
who
mine.
you are whoever you're evoking that day.
True.
That's
True.
that's what I feel like, you know.
True.
Like, sometimes
True.
it's conscious, sometimes it's unconscious.
I had this chick tell me that
We're
she told me I sound like Juicy J.
Juicy J? What the
I was like,
Juicy
okay.
J?
I was like, huh?
I'm like, bitch,
What?
how?
I was like, what?
Houseway. Houseway.
Houseway.
How?
Houseway.
Houseway. How?
What
You ain't got the answers.
Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Oh man, that was funny.
She said, Juicy J, like how?
I was like, huh? What? No,
Man, that
baby.
reminds me of
Did
the
you
time
listen?
That reminds me of the time I was
You're not
told that I
listening,
look
honey.
like
You're
Trey.
not listening to my music. You pretend you're my biggest fan, but you ask me what Google Chrome extensions I use, and it's like you want to go know my social security.
Oh man.
What's your VPN password?
Oh. Oh
Dude,
man.
somebody tried to hack me so bad. He tried to get my crypto wallet and then download on my crypto wallet server his software.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
That's
Yeah,
some type of espionage stuff you got going
Yep.
on over there. That's serious.
Don't hand out your Cash App handle. They can
This is
do
what
it with
happens
that
when
too.
I get off of dating apps. I get fucking encrypted, okay? When I'm off the apps, some other shit happens. I'm like, okay, guys, can't have a boring
So-
meeting, okay?
So look, this is funny. I was on IG and this random lady hit me up and she was saying that she had gotten money from such and such and such and she really wanted to like bless me, quote unquote, with $700. Send her my Cash App, and I said, "Cool." So I actually went online, and I got the hotline number for the FBI, and I sent that to
Hey, hey, vengeance is
Wait,
petty.
real MIA, real.
And I'm just wondering
Yo,
if
that's
she's locked up somewhere.
Hey, it's bad when people ain't even trying to be creative anymore.
Right?
Like,
It's not creative. You like, oh really? $700 you just want to give to me? You just wanted to bless me?
I remember there was one time
Okay.
somebody tried to say that, like, oh yeah, I work for Cash Money. Your music would fit here perfectly. And I'm like,
Bitch, you didn't listen.
yeah, that was your first thing. It's like, it's not that I wouldn't be open to possibly, like, sharing the same space, but no,
Right.
nah.
You didn't listen. You didn't listen.
Wait, what
That
happened again? I missed it. What?
No, somebody tried to DM me talking about, oh, I work with Cash Money. I feel like you'd be a great fit for our roster. And I'm like, in what universe are we talking about?
Right.
I got done like that with
Roster
Taylor Gang.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm from Taylor Gang. I think you'll fit good next to Wiz. I was like, no,
No,
you're not real.
You lied.
so many
Bitch, you
scams
lied.
out there. In the age of information, there's so many scams.
And like this is the favorite ones when they try to scam you and they don't do a spell check.
Oh yeah, I always get those in my emails and shit.
To all you
Always
scammers
fun.
out there, could you at least use Grammarly? It's a Google Chrome extension for your grammar.
All my Nigerian brothers.
Yeah. My friend. My friend. My friend.
All of my Nigerian brothers.
Hello.
Hello, this is
All
this
you
is your
princes.
account. Your account. We need to stop.
Oh
Shout
my
out all my Nigerians. You know what I'm saying? I think I represent.
Hello, my
them.
friend. How are you today?
Are you blessed?
You want to be more blessed, don't you? Give me your cash app, baby. Baby,
What
why
is
you
your
crying?
account? What is your
Yeah.
account?
And I need it right away. Right away.
Account. What is your account?
Where's your account?
accounts.
Okay. Well, everybody, before we got into ADD tangents, welcome to Music Monday. Introducing Mick Familiar, as always, a guest, now host, Irex Savage, and in Cognition. You guys be sure to find him on the Spotify. Is there, and then I guess for your IG, it's I am Cognition, right?
Yep, on my IG is I am Cognition. If you're looking for my music, the easiest way to look for it is to look for Absolute Autonomy. And every album I will release on that will be Absolute Autonomy because the A's come up first.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm. Every album. So if you find it, it'll give you the whole. And I have other music coming out this year too. I've got something for the ladies.
I was an idiot, and I tried to say anonymity, but it was like, and then Mick was like, autonomy. Oh, fuck, I did it again.
You're funny. Autonomy.
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 Oh,
I just where's Spotify? I should follow you.
Spotify.
Find that man on
Spotify.
Spotify. Absolute Autonomy.
Spotify.
I plan on this year releasing 2 more projects, and I'm working on a project with Bean the Dedicated, aka Bean Snaps.
Is
Wait,
that
what?
the white homie on your Instagram?
Yes,
Okay.
that white boy nice.
I creeped you.
That white boy nice.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
white boy real good.
that white boy real nice. Like his word play, his energy, his aggression. And to be honest, we're working on an album now. His album is fire. It's fire. Like we got like 2-3 tracks in. He's doing some of the beats. I'm doing some of the beats. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like I wouldn't. There's no cap. Dude is nice. Dude is nice. Also, I would like to say a shout out to gentleman named Marvin that has been pushing my music on his online radio station, Indie Jams, NDJAMZS.com.
Oh, I know about them.
Yeah.
No, for real.
What's that again?
They want to do an
White
interview.
boy.
The nice white boy.
Nice.
Okay, that's spam. Okay, y'all. I think that about concludes the endeavors here that we are trying to accomplish. Is there any ending notes from any of you guys?
Shout out Clear Vision Collective. They put me on the front of the first magazine that they dropped.
That's what's up.
Yeah, boy, yo says. Shout out,
Shout out. Clear
Shout
Vision
out-
Collective. Shout
Yeah.
out.
Shout out Spacey. Shout out Bugs Bandicoot. Shout out Cosmic Prank. Shout out Food Product. All right, I'm done.
Shout out to everybody that stopped by. Shout out Jonathan. Shout out
to
Why
the
Not.
employees that made it this far. Shout out.
Definitely. Shout out to everybody. Enjoyed y'all. Love to link back up with y'all too, man. For real.
Of course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
hell yeah. All right.
Make some
Stay in
music.
touch with good people.
Definitely.
Bruh, 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 bruh.
Bruh, bruh.